So, Chris, I love your shirt.
Thanks, man.
You both both look wonderful. So, the movie, as you know, it's getting a tremendous response. So, what do you think that Wonder Woman has that other films, both superhero and female-led, have been missing so far?
Um, I don't know. I don't think that we figured something out that was never done before. But I think that I think that we owned, uh, the fact that we were very genuine and very open and very vulnerable and very like we left all the cynicism aside, and we tried to be as open to the world as possible. If you know what I mean.
If you catch my drift.
If you catch my drift.
Bingo.
Bingo.
I do. So, Patty had a set vision for this character for over a decade. So, what did she help each of you understand about this character that you didn't already going in?
Patty is an amazing partner, and she's been such a fantastic. I'm so lucky that I had her directing me in this movie. We had many creative conversations, and for both of us, it was really important that this character would be relatable. And at the end of the day, she's a goddess, and how can you relate to a god when you're not one? And we figured that the best way to make this character accessible and relatable is by showing her flaws and her imperfections. So yes, she's the most powerful warrior, but at the same time, she can be vulnerable and she can be confident and confused and focused on the mission. But she's so many things, and the fact that she's everything, she's all different, colors, she's all of the palette. That makes her interesting and accessible to us. And that's something that I really like about this character.
I mean, in the history of Wonder Woman, it was often written by men, but here you had a woman behind the camera. So how much of a difference do you think that made from your perspective?
I think that it's a... Do you want to take it or... Oh, okay. I think that it's just a different experience working with different directors every time. It's just different people, so the dynamic is different. The fact that Patty is a woman, I don't know how much different it made, but the person that she is, she's full of love and she's so warm and she cares so much about this character, and she was there with us, completely invested. I always felt like I was on one side of the camera and she was at the other side of the monitor, and I always felt her presence. She was just the perfect person for the job, as far as I'm concerned.
And Chris, how much did you enjoy a role where you could take a backseat to a strong woman?
I had a great time. I love Gal. I love Patty. It was a great fun.
Did you have a response as well to what you thought about having a woman behind the camera for this sort of film?
No, I mean, I think just by virtue of the question, it just shows how far we have to go in the world. She's a great director that happens to be a woman. So I'll just leave it at that.
So, in a lot of ways, this is a coming-of-age film. The character is figuring out who she is, who she wants to become. So, how do you want Wonder Woman to develop in future films? I mean, obviously, she's just becoming Wonder Woman by the end of the film.
I think there's so much more to explore. I think that, just like you said, in this movie, we've established her origin story, and finally, we all understand who the character is and what made her become who she is. And now it's just so many different stories and messages that we can explore. It's endless.
What was the hardest each of you left on set?
Whoa, there was so many funny moments. This guy is hilarious. We just kept on laughing the entire time, mostly me. I'm not as funny as he is, so he made me laugh most of the time. We had to break so many takes just because I was bursting out loud laughing. There isn't just one. It was I was laughing throughout the entire movie.
Question. Chris, do you feel that you have more fun in these sorts of roles where you can really allow another role to shine and find more of a character actory type of feeling to a role?
I don't necessarily look at the roles I take in that from that kind of definition. I just, if there's something fun to play, I can play it, and if it happens to be second billing, then it's second billing. I don't really, I don't care so much as long as I'm having fun. Living the dream.